right now I told you guys I'd do a video on what knives I carry, when, where, why, and everything like that. First and foremost, on my belt every day, obviously I'm outside. Pretty much always I wear pants outside for obvious reasons, working outside. Even if I put shorts on, I got a belt on. I put my Leatherman tool on here, and this is the PST2, this one here. And I've had this since 1988. And to tell you how good it is, a few years ago, and this has like a 25-30 year warranty. Like an idiot, I was using the file. Broke it. I looked and said a lifetime warranty, so I contacted them and they said, yep, it's covered. We do not make that exact model anymore. They have a new PS2 that's called PS2, but it's a little different. They says, so we cannot repair it, but we'll just send you a new one. I'm like, that is awesome. But this has a lot of sentimental meaning to me. This here went all over the Army with me. Every place I was in the Army, this went with me. It's been by my side as long as I can remember. So I decided not to send it in. It's not worth it for me because this has sentimental value. So, but this is with on my side all day long, and obviously it has the knife in there. It has the scissors, a Phillips, 2 different flats, bottle opener, and this, I use this probably second the most out of here, right there. I use the knife most. This second is just a tiny little pointy end thing that I use to groove stuff out all the time, poke stuff out, and then the pliers I use third most. But yeah, this is what's by my side every day, so this gets used the most. The most is, if you saw my other video on sharpening, is the Mora. I told you before, I'm a big Mora fan. I really, really like Mora knives. I think I said in the last video, in my opinion, dollar for dollar, Mora knives are best you can get out there. Most of Mora knives have what's called a Scandi grind. Basically, a Scandi grind is the bottom of the blade is like a V. So your blade is just like this, okay? The blade part. You can get other angles where you got the blade like this, then the angle goes less of an angle and then up. I just like Scandi grinds, Scandinavian grind. I might call it Scandi. I like Scandi grinds because they're really easy to sharpen. If you get the angle, you got it down and you get them razor sharp. And they're really easy to clean and everything like that. But this is the Mora Bushcraft Black. This, when I'm doing a lot of work, gets used quite a bit with me. This is my go-to knife. Anytime I'm building something, I have this because you always need something to cut. Anytime I work in the garden in the fall, when I cut down all the asparagus plants to the ground after they die back, this is what I use. I use a really sharp knife. If you grow microgreens, you shouldn't cut microgreens with the scissors because when you cut it, you're actually pinching it before it cuts. And after a few days, the tips can brown. If it's for personal use, you're fine, but if you're selling it, you can't do that. After 3 days, you cannot have stuff brown. So with a sharp knife, you just hold the top, cut it, and you got it going. So that's what this gets used for. Has a rubber handle. That's what I like. It is not a full tang. A tang is the metal part that goes all the way, the part of your handle. The tang does go back almost all the way, but it's not full here and full width and everything, so it's not a full tang. So, you know, this, I'm confident you could still beat on the end and nothing would happen to it, but you just don't really want to that much. So, but this is the knife. I get it, because even if it's wet or everything, it feels really good in the hand. This is my knife I use for that. This is, my Leatherman gets used first because it's with me all the time, then this one gets used. The next one is the Mora Craftline. This one right here. This knife, I'm sorry, goes for about 50 bucks. So 40 to 60, depending on where you get it. This knife here gets used a little bit. It's another Moore knife, the Craftline. This is less than 10 bucks. This knife here. I got a couple of these. These get used when people come over to help me, this and that, so people can use it. Right here. It's you can tell the difference. The blade isn't quite as big. It's just a smaller blade all over, smaller knife all over. The handle is plastic. This tang goes back about 3/4 way. It doesn't go all the way. It goes about 3/4 of the way. It has the Scandinavian grind. That comes sharp as all get out. This is carbon, and this is carbon too. This is stainless steel. So it is carbon, which is nice, and more it uses good steel. It still feels good in the hand, but this is a plastic, just doesn't quite feel as good. It's like a hard plastic type. It's not hollow. It feels good, but this is the knife I give out to people to use when they're here. I keep it hanging in the greenhouse. Sometimes I just grab this in the greenhouse because it's right there and use it like that. Very good knife overall. Dollar for dollar, this is the best knife you can probably get, honestly. Less than 10 bucks, you could keep a few of these around. To me, it just doesn't feel as good as this one. Now, part of it is handle difference. I got bigger hands. This kind of feels small a little bit in the hands, where this does not. I think that's part of it too, but it still does not feel bad in the hands. It still feels good in the hand. It feels good than most knives. So, and this one did come with the sheath. This one does come with this sheath, and for the price, it's can't beat it. But the Moore Craftline, if you need a good working knife, really on a budget, get this one. It's truly hard to beat dollar for dollar, and it comes, mine came, I should say, all the ones I've seen from Moore come sharp, but it's really easy to sharpen with that and everything. How they temper the steel is really good and everything like that, and it locks in, as you can see. It doesn't fall out. Same with this here. The next two are kind of interchangeable. This is the one, it's my pocket knife. Even though I have my Leatherman, this is a pocket knife, and I'm trying this one. I just got this one recently. Will I change? I don't know, but they're the same concept. This one is a Cobalt, and this one is a Husky. So I guess one's Home Depot and one's Lowe's. So, but they're the same, except one's bigger than the other, and one has another feature. This one here, the reason I carry a pocket knife even though I have another one is two reasons. First, see this little metal thing you can hang stuff on? I use that all the time to bang stuff. If I need to pound something down a little bit, that is hard. I've used that to reset, you know, when you have a little nail sticking out somewhere, a little paper clip, not paper clip, I should say, staple around your land or anything. I use that, and that really does bang it. But here's what I really like. Open it up, it locks. It's just the standard razor blades you can interchange out. So I use this for boxes. Really easy to change. You press this down and it comes out, so it's very, very fast and very, very small. This one here. It's since I have the razor blade here, I can change that out quite frequently, and it's really, really sharp. Anytime I open boxes, open packages, I grab this because it is so convenient and so blasted sharp all the time. And stuff I don't want to tear my other knives up or anything, this is what I grab. Same thing with when I cut plastic and everything like that, I grab this. Because usually when you're cutting it, what I'm using for, it's on the ground. And so I'm not dulling my knife going into the concrete or the dirt below it. I just use this, and I can just switch the blade out. So this is really good, this little Husky one like this. And Cobalt from Husky's obviously Home Depot. Cobalt is Lowe's. They have one exactly like this too, or almost identical. So you can do that too. Here's the other one. It is the same type concept. This one just opens and locks, and then you hit this little lever down here and it closes. This one's a little different. It's locked when it's closed, and you hit the button to open it up. Same concept. This one's a little bigger in the hands. if I was going to use this a lot more, this is what I would carry. Whoa, could have been bad. This is so small, I'll probably continue to carry this. But this is, if I would have bought this and started carrying this, I would have been fine. The same button used to open it, use it to close it. A little bigger in the hand. It feels a lot better if you're using it in the hand. Still very quick right here to change the blade out. Like I said, I've been carrying this for 3 weeks now to test it out. It's fine. They both come with clips here and here, so you could clip them on your belt if you want to, or a backpack, or whatever you want like that. But another feature had this, and I've used this a couple times, as it locks in, and this is why it locks in. Right here, it's a hook blade you can use for cloth, string, anything like that. Put it in and whoosh, just cuts it right off. That's why it locks in. If that wasn't there, if you'd put pressure on that, the blade would just pop out. So, and I've been using that a little bit too. So, very good feature on that. So these are very good knives for everyday rugged, tear up boxes, cutting on the concrete. Knives you want to really, really tear up the blade. That's what I use these for. And I always have one of these in my pocket. 2 more knives. This one I'm just testing. A friend of mine told me about this knife here. I do not even know the name of this one. He sent me a link to it. It doesn't really say on the blade. Does it? Yes, it does. It is a Tech Force Speedster. Okay. Very good. Like I said, I've only had this a few days. This one comes with a built-in hook knife right there. That's not part of the blade. Very comfortable, very nice. Comes with a belt hook here. Feels good in the hand. One thing about this knife here, it comes, scale of 1 to 10, sharpness, 10 being the sharpest, comes about a 7 or 8, which is above average. But I got this one because it's $8 on Amazon Prime, free shipping if you got Prime. $8. So I'm testing this out, and if I like it, this will probably be a second knife in my get home bag for my vehicle, for me and my wife, and I'll get another one. They have another one like this that come in different colors. This is the cheaper one. It was $1 cheaper. There was no difference except the color. This is a camouflaged one. Not really camouflaged, I don't know, bird or woods. I guess it would be considered camouflaged. Let me show you. Kind of see that. And it's kind of leaves and branches, so I guess it's camouflaged. They have a couple other colors. They have an orange one that's really bright, and I might get the orange one for my wife, because if I drop that and I'm outside, that's hard to see. If this is closed and you drop this in the ground, it's hard to see. If that was orange, it's really easy to see, and it's a bright orange. So I might get, if I do like this, and like I said, this would be a second knife in our kits, because it could just hook right on to the pack. That's a little backpack we carry in the cars. So far so good. This does have a window breaker in it, built in right there on the end. So if you're looking for a knife in the car to keep up front with you for an emergency and to break glass, get this. This is cheaper than a lot of the window breakers, plus you're getting a knife out of it, and it does come with that hook knife right there. I guess you could use that for skinning, possibly, but I suppose you could, but I more use that for boxes, just hook inside the box and whoosh, do it like that. So I'm testing this one out, and so far it's good. And another one for the money. This is great. You do not have to spend a lot of money to get a decent knife. You can spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on knives, and if that's your thing, that's your thing. I just don't have the money to buy a really, really, really expensive knife, and I don't know if even if I had the money, I don't know if I would, because I'm really hard on knives. This Mora Bushcraft Black, I am hard on this thing. Very, very hard, and it takes a beating. I'm not going to buy a $300 knife and beat it. I'm not. I'm going to baby it. I know I could beat it, but I'm not gonna. That's just not it. And here's one I got, a few weeks ago. It comes like this. This is $7 shipped on Amazon, free shipping. Comes with the fire steel, so I don't really care about that. Comes with the pouch and everything. Don't really care about that. What I want to, but I'll be using it in the pouch. What I'm going to be doing is with this one, and it comes wrapped and it has this, it says paracord. I guess legally it is paracord, but it's not paracord that you're thinking it is. It's more of a woven. It's cheaper stuff. But I'm going to take this off and rewrap it with real paracord. And I'm going to put a longer thing on here and use this as a neck knife. I will start off with this like this for a neck knife, just hanging down. But eventually, and when I do it, I'll show you, I'm going to make a case out of PVC, how you can heat PVC and melt it to put around here. And this will be a neck knife. And this is, let's see who it's made by. Bum, bum, bum. This is stainless steel, not carbon. It's U.S. custom design, USA custom design. Yeah. It's the Survivor. If you go to Amazon and type Survivor small knife, if you type Survivor knife, you'll probably get 10,000 reviews. But you'll see it real quick if you look at the videos. Made in China, I knew that, so I guess it is stainless. I'd be more worried getting a knife from China if it was carbon, but stainless, you know what you're getting. But again, for the dollar, for the money, $7. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You can see the end of it here, this here, the one thing I don't like about this, it does not have a Scandi grind. Which means is, you see this angle here? That's one angle, and the very tip is a little steeper angle. So what I'm probably going to do is change this whole angle down to a Scandi grind. It's easier for me to sharpen later. So that's me. You don't have to. Some people keep it like this and they just sharpen the tip with the different angle. That's fine. But for me, excuse me, I like keeping all mine the same angle. When I sharpen, it's easy for me just to grab it and go. Again, knives are personal. What's good for me isn't good for you, and what's good for you isn't good for me. Has little hooks up here. I don't know what you'd use them for. Maybe it's just to put your thumb to get a little better traction and everything like that. But decent thickness, everything like that. So for a neck knife, I think this will be a good neck knife. I'm not a huge neck knife person, but there is a time and a place for neck knives. I can see me using a neck knife when I am harvesting sweet potatoes. The first thing you do with sweet potatoes is you cut all the vines off, drag them off before you start digging. When I use these big knives, they're always in the way. Where am I setting it? But if I have a neck knife, because I'm only doing the little plant areas about this big, so I don't want something big. And with this little knife here, the little planted area and then the vines go off from that. With this, done, that's cut, I can drag it off, and it's not big, it's not around, and it's with me, and I won't forget it outside like I did this one. So that's basically the knives I use around the land. A couple of them are new, still kind of using, but you can see the 4 main ones I've been using. That one's fairly new here, you know that, but these are the 3, these are the 4 knives I use quite a bit, I guess every day there. So that's what I use on my land and why I use them and how I use them and everything like that. Knives are very important to me working out on my land because I use them so much. I do not know a day I'm not using the knife. I don't. Some people carry knives and just in case they need them now and then, but I need knives multiple times a day, every day. So, and my Zip Grow towers, you can look at my other videos for my aquaponics system. I use, especially this one here, that's how I harvest everything from my towers. I do it right down from the towers. So that's another reason these get used quite a bit too. So that's it. I hope this was halfway informative for you guys. Just get some ideas on what I do, and maybe not necessarily the exact knife, but you can kind of see what I do and maybe tailor that to yourself. But If you're looking for a good knife, long-term knife, you want to buy one knife to work everywhere on your land, last a lifetime, and easy to sharpen, get the Mora Bushcraft Black. Just, it feels good in the hand, nice rubber handle, easy to sharpen, holds the sharpness really well. Get the Mora Bushcraft Black. Yes, it is like 50 bucks, so out of this table, it is the expensive one. But you won't regret it. I really like how even when my hands are hot, sweaty, wet, I still got a grip on this firm grip. So that's it. Upcoming video in the future, I will show you how I sharpen this. I used to sharpen everything by hand, but I bought a tool, and I love the new sharpening tool. So, and I'll show you what I do. I do have my hand sharpeners. The one I use now, I'm not going to get detail, is electric, but I do have a hand one if I don't have power, but I use the electric for these, and these stay razor sharp from it. So that's it. Everybody have a great day. If you like this video, please give it a like for me. If you want to share it, share it. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything for that. I appreciate all you guys watching my videos, and you have a lot of other stuff you can do. Everybody have a great day and a great week. See you, everybody.